spark. Sometimes I get higher than the Colorado Rockies, hoping that the county sheriff don't stop me. Like Charlie Daniels said, you shouldn't smoke at dough, but damn it, I can't help, I love Rolling Stone. With the windows rolled down and the radio up, sweet tea full in my solo cup, listening to the humming of the 44, sounding like a concert. I'm a beat of gold, arm hanging out the window, smiling away, smoking on some ground where the cattle graze. Charlie Daniels said you shouldn't go smoke at dough. Hell, I can't help, I love Rolling Stone. Yeah, I love Rolling Stone. Smoke rolling round the cab with
Welcome, everybody. This is not really a video I've been wanting to talk about, considering I was in the pretty much not able to get online to speak with anybody. I was not online for this. So when I finally came back, I decided to take a guess and take a wander on what's going on. Well, in my investigation, I have come to the conclusion Cody, the darkhog, who I used to associate with, I will no longer be associating with. Has pretty much become a pedophile. He has groomed a 15-year-old girl, and it has just become a really, 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 really messed up situation that it had happened in my own server, in my own community. I am sorry that it had happened. I was offline. So if anything happens with people that are in my server, I like to know. So my thing is now that I have come to this realization, I will not be associating with Cody the Darkhog no longer. I can't do it. I really can't. I would love nothing more to try to do this with him and try to be his friend and shit. But there's no way. There's no way I can. I can't accept it. Me and him have known each other for so long. I was in high school when I met Cody. Me and him both were in high school when we met. So in my opinion, I don't like this, how this has become, how he has become, who he's become. I don't like it. I wish in all reality Cody the Darkhog would get serious freaking help. And maybe one day we could discuss. But in the meantime, I can't associate with you. You are not somebody I will associate with. And I hope you don't go to the dark side and go and join like Frontier Gamer or shit like that. I hope you don't. I hope you don't go and decide to be friends with like Damien and all them. I hope not, Cody. You're smarter than that. I know you are, even though I know a few things about you that I could really bring out the light, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat shit and say that what he did was okay, when in reality it really, really isn't. It is sickening to my core. You know, this man is mentally ill in more ways than one. Cody is autistic, I believe. Um, so that, hey, Justin, you are more than welcome. If you want to join me in this discussion, you can. I can fill you in on what's going on because I also will be screen sharing video of his confession. If anyone in this chat would like a link, let me know. But there is no denying anything he has done at this point. There is no denying it. So at this point in time, I am going to go quiet for a minute and set everything up. Like I said, give me a second, guys. I gotta do something. If y'all would like to know, I had something prepared. I just haven't set it up for the stream. I think you guys would like it. Just let me set this up, okay? And we will get going. It's only going to be a quick second. It's not, shouldn't take me long. Until we are ready, let's go ahead and put some background music on. I'm just hoping to have everything planned out properly, and I'm hoping to not have to do this again with another friend because Cody was there for me when I was at my lowest and shit. Cody was my brother. But the reality of the situation has come to light where I've had to distance myself from him. Can't be around him no more because, like I said, I have a reputation I got to uphold. I can't associate or help pedophiles. I don't. I don't do that. I hate pedophiles. And it's just to the point Cody has fucked up too many goddamn times for me to even, understand. First Damien burger, now we got the Cody burger. What kind of fast food joint is this? Oh god, that is funny as hell, man. Fuck. Allergies, man. They suck. The new arc, guys. We got the Code of the Darkhog arc. As sad as it is, it's reality at this point. I'm gonna be start playing the videos now. Um, Hopefully, y'all can get a better understanding of what's going on. There's the confession. Let's get a little bit of understanding about what's going on. Love the intro,
Alright
man.
everyone, welcome to another confrontation video. Today's confrontation video is going to be on Cody the Darkhog. Cody the Darkhog is a Sonic content creator. Yeah, I know the Sonic content creator. This one's slightly different. We were approached by a 15-year-old girl, and she basically stated that Cody had attempted to groom her. He said to her, basically in no other terms, when you're 18, maybe we can date. So we confronted him about it, and we confronted him about other things as well. Apparently, somebody had joined the server where this happened, and they decided to send a bunch of naked imagery. Obviously, there were children in this server, so that person was promptly removed. Allegedly. I believe they were allegedly removed right away. I could be wrong, though. But what I will say is the images that were sent were believed to be of somebody who was over the age of 18. It is now up in the air about whether or not this person in the photographs was 17 or 18 at the time. But again, the question remains, why would you send a bunch of images of a naked girl in a chat with a bunch of children in an attempt to get back at her? It is revealed in other recordings. If you go over to Ninja Godot's channel, he's going to have some videos over there for you to watch that are going to show you some of the aftermath. It's going to reveal the guy who sent the images, as well as the people who were involved.
And just so everyone knows, I will be covering both videos tonight. Both videos in this episode.
There's a lot of them who saw what Cody was doing and just kind of said, no fucking way, I'm out, and just dipped. So the confrontation goes pretty well. He confesses right away, and he does say a lot of stuff. The problem is the confrontation makes us look like it all went fucking swimmingly. It really didn't. There were hours upon hours afterwards where it did not go swimmingly at all. So stay tuned for more. But without further ado, let's see him confess, shall we?
Yeah. Life is good. Yo, what's up, Cody? How you doing, man?
I'm all right. Just worried about one of my neighbors.
Worried about. I'm sorry, my phone cut out. Worried about what?
Worried about one of my neighbors. I just had to call the 911 for him again for the third or fourth time this month. He started throwing up. Has indigestion. Has body pains.
Let's see. Can you hear me very clearly?
Slightly heavily. What?
Can you hear me very clearly?
Oh yeah, I can definitely hear you, man.
Rev,
So
you can
again,
hear me, right?
I asked.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
All right, so I just so some stuff has kind of came up, and I just wanted to ask you some questions, if that's okay.
Sure.
It's okay. So I guess where I kind of want to start is you know, we kind of do our things that we do, like Rev and I, and
Yeah.
we try to do the best that we can to help other people that have been kind of like problematic for the community. So
Right.
I guess I kind of just wanted to get your insight on it. So
Okay.
we do. So I guess I wanted to ask, like, what's your insight on pedophilia? How do you feel about it?
I despise it with a fucking passion. Why though? Why just now coming up?
Well, well, I mean, I just kind of wanted to know if that was the case because like I've heard some people say that like that they despise pedophilia or that they're kind of whatever about it or that some people
Right.
believe that predators can be reformed. So I just wanted to see what your insight was.
I mean, honestly, they can be if they choose or want to be reformed. But all in all,
How
I
do you think?
still fucking hate it with a passion.
How would they go about doing that? You think?
For one, proving to the people that for okay, how the fuck should I explain this?
It's okay. Just take a deep breath, mate.
Alright.
We got all night, so we're good.
Alright. Oh shit, excuse me. Um fucking hell, hold on, I'm having trouble with my fucking remote app here. Let me exit
Wait
out
for
of
it.
the
I can.
Roku app real quick and then
Oh yeah, yeah,
re-enter.
yeah.
Uh,
By the way, make sure that
anyway,
whoever you called the ambulance for is okay. But anyway,
oh, I
back to what I
did.
was saying.
I did. He's hopefully he'll be fine over there too.
All right, good. Okay, so like, what ways do you think that a predator can be reformed?
Well, for one, majorly proven to us that they can or want to be reformed, and showing screenshots of proof of the people that they've groomed or shit like that,
Uh-huh.
and showing us screenshots that they've deleted all chats or DMs with them and cut all contact with them.
Okay,
Like say
I can
putting them
kind
in
of
their
see.
block list or
Uh-huh.
shit like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, typically people typically.
Okay, I'm going to comment here. Pretty much what I'm getting at here is Cody just admitted to knowing what the fuck he did was wrong, but yet he did what he did. So we're gonna get greater into the video here in a minute. So if y'all would like to know what's going on, pretty much Cody the Dark Hog has groomed a 15-year-old girl. Um, her name, I will tell her online name, which is Coco. I won't go any further than that. If anyone attacks her, I will come after you. I swear to God. Um, she is a 15-year-old girl who should not have been subjected to that kind of stuff. Uh, like at being asked if you turn 18, will you be my girlfriend or something? Would you date me? I mean, that itself, it sounds harmless, but when you freaking hear the full story, it's just a whole other issue. Like at first, they started talking about relationship advice. They started talking about a bunch of other things, um, personal things. Just mind you, personal relationship things. Um, and this is coming from Coco herself. She's in my server. She is safe. We won't allow any more harm to come to her in any shape or form. So we are going to make sure she is safe. She knows that she has a safe place to go with people that will make sure she is taken care of online. Um, I won't allow harm to come to any minors. I don't care. If I know you or not, if you are a minor and you need help with a pedophile or some shit like that, there are people I can refer you to help you take care of this. Don't hide it from nobody. Because what you don't realize is if you hide it, there are people that are friends with this said person not knowing what's going on. So with this, I'm going to continue the video and see what more we can find out.
People do that. What do you think should happen to predators if they get caught?
They should be fucking stoned, man. And I don't mean in the way of as to get high. I mean like literally fucking stoned.
Yeah, most people believe that they should be castrated or killed.
Cody, I'm going to ask you this. Should you be stoned? Should I stone you with stones with your head buried almost poking out of the ground, stoning you as you are getting fucking pelted with freaking rocks? Okay, should I stone you for what you have done? Considering you called me your brother, should I stone you for what you have done? No, you came crawling to me, begging me not to associate with you, to not disassociate from you, not to just, not to abandon you and shit. Well, I couldn't make that promise because I can't do it. It is impossible. It is fucking not gonna happen. So let's get back to this.
Or put in prison, that kind of stuff.
I wouldn't say go as far as have them killed, but I would go as far as have them fucking castrated and cut their fucking dicks off.
Okay. So I'm sure that Overdrive has kind of been talking to you about like me basically trying to figure out what's going on. And if you're wondering about that, I'll explain. So there's a user
because I don't remember what was happening. So elaborate for me, please.
Oh, I was just about to get to that. I appreciate you asking. So
turn you off then.
No, you're totally fine. So
right.
this individual who goes by the username Sora281125. Does that name sound familiar to you?
I know who the fuck you are talking about. That's my friend Mari.
That's your friend Mari? Oh, so you know this person.
I sure as fuck do. I
So
know him
are
in
you
real
aware?
life. I know him as his handle, Mari, online.
Okay. So are you aware of what Mari did?
Yes, now that you mention it, I am very much aware of what he did. It was in one of my old servers. I had to fucking delete it too.
Okay. So can you elaborate what he did?
What I remember, he posted nudes of two of my friends on Twitter.
Two of your friends.
My friend Alistair. This is his handle name. He hates his real life name, so I call him Alistair. And his
So you just admitted to not just being around a woman beaten bitch. Alistair is a woman beaten motherfucker and a pedophile. And a groomer, just like you, Cody. I mean, it only fits that you do with friends. The sad part is I was his friend for so many years. So many.
his now fiance Cherry.
Who, mind you, he beats every fucking day. He literally slapped her on camera.
26, 27. She's like 20 years old, so she's like 6, 7 years younger than him.
Wait, so okay, so the nudes of the girl that were posted in that server, she was 20 years old?
No, at the time she was like 16, 17. But she is 20 as of yesterday, 2 days ago.
How do you feel about Mari posting those nudes in that server?
Honestly, it pissed me off. Sorry if I'm stopping in between words. I'm eating fucking chocolate. Like I'm stressed eating fucking chocolate right now.
Well, try not to stress eat because you definitely don't want to break out in sores or anything, especially with chocolate.
I know. It's just I'm only stressed now because I'm worried about my pops.
I understand. So just kind of relax a little bit. It's totally fine. Okay. So Sora, the person that you were talking about, the guy that's named Mari.
Yeah.
Do you know, can you tell me anything about Mari that you might know of? You said that you were pretty close to them, right?
I wouldn't say that, but I guess I am still kind of his friend, if you get what I'm saying.
Kind of his friend? Is this despite the fact that he posted pictures of the 17-year-old in question in the server that ended up getting bombarded?
Hold up. At the time, she was 16 or 17 when she had those taken of herself.
Right. I understand.
But she's
But
20 years old as of recently.
I don't think that matters. I think it depends on when the picture was taken, and if the picture was taken when she was 17, they are legally classed as CP.
Yeah.
Right. So, and that's the point I was about to get to, because I was about to say the issue that she's 20 or 25 or 30 or 35, it doesn't matter. Because if that girl was 17 at the time that her pictures that she took those pictures, then the fact that Mari has possession of those pictures would mean that he is actually holding child pornography. And that child pornography was posted in that server where, if I'm not mistaken, there are a bunch of children that are present, no?
There was two kids that one's just turned 17, one's 15 years old. Y'all remember Coco?
Right. You remember who?
Do y'all remember Coco, Miss Coco?
Well, I mean, I've heard the name, but I don't know.
DNA should know who I'm talking about.
Okay. Well, regardless of that, okay, so you only have 2 minors in that server?
Yes, I did have 2 minors in that server. So I deleted it.
So those are the only 2 minors that were actually exposed to the pictures and everything.
Yes.
Okay. So so now that you know that Mari is in possession of this child pornography and he has posted this stuff in the server with children, what do you plan on doing about that?
Honestly, I don't want to get involved with that. I appreciate you bringing this to my attention, though, but I don't want. I know he's in the wrong for having those, but his friendship matters to me too.
So you'd still be friends with this person regardless of him having possession of CP and sending it in your server?
The fuck?
I honestly, I know when I'm saying it, the way I'm wording it sounds like I would, but knowing this, in reality, I would actually distance myself from him until I please stop talking to him permanently,
Yeah,
well, just a second ago, you said that you would still be, that you treasure his friendship the most. So I'm a little bit confused.
But let me rephrase that. I did treasure his friendship.
Okay. So what about him?
Words, Cody,
okay, so might I make a suggestion for you? If this is kind of a problem, or if it's an issue, and you know this person, wouldn't it be better to get a hold of his jurisdiction and call the police?
Good point.
That doesn't always work.
Because the thing is, okay, it's one thing if he has pictures of a 17-year-old. It's another thing if he is soliciting those images into a public server, mostly contained with adults,
legally classed
and
as
2 children. Yeah, that's another charge on top of that. Distribution of child pornography, as well as having possession of it.
Both separate felonies.
Yes.
It's not guaranteed they'll do something about it. Then again, the only ones I've dealt with were overseas, mainly.
Noted.
And you can clearly hear
what's going on right now.
Yeah, I'm alright. Sorry, I'm just distracted by my TV at the same damn time.
This is kind of important, so I would appreciate it if you
I
could
know.
actually listen to us.
I'm filtering out the TV now.
Because you and I are cool. We've had our moments. Like I know it's like few and far between, but like we've had our moments. I would just appreciate it if you could give a little bit of time to this because this is very important. So this Mari person, the Sora281125 user on Discord, would it not be fair to actually make a police report on what he's done? Because it's one thing that he possesses CP in the first place, but it's a completely another thing when he drops those pictures into a server with adults and children where they can see it. I would think that would be a high priority issue.
It would.
Very much so.
Sorry, guys, I recently got my tattoo touched up.
So, do you believe that this person can be
So
reformed?
my arm's a little itchy.
Oh, definitely.
You think so?
I thought you reported that. I don't really know.
No. Well, reported, yes. Performed, you're not so sure. Well, earlier you said that they would be reformed.
I hate to prove it to us, you know?
Well, in one breath he said they could be reformed, in the other breath he said they should be stoned.
Okay, let's skip to the good, juicy stuff.
All right. So, yeah, that's kind of a good point. Cody, right, which in most states, most people would consider that, well, not even really most states.
18 is considered adult age, if I'm not mistaken, right?
You do know what child grooming is, though, don't you?
Talking and everything. And everything works out smoothly with that. It's totally fine. Adults talk to kids, kids talk to adults all the time. That's been a thing that's been happening for generations, and that's obviously a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what if in this scenario, the adult gauges the child to date them when they become of age? What would your response be then?
If they wait for them to become of age, then that's not really pedophilia. That's
child grooming.
An age of an adult, Like 18 is considered adult age, if I'm not mistaken, right?
You do know what child grooming is, though, don't you?
The fucking pause.
You do know what child grooming is, though, don't you?
The fucking pause, man. The fucking pause.
Yes and no. I'm still kind of new to all that.
Breathe, okay. Axel, breathe.
Well, child grooming would be saying to a child, let's wait until you're 18 before we date.
God damn
that would be the implication that you were grooming the child to then date you as soon as they become of age. That would be child grooming.
Right. Thanks for clarifying that for me.
Right, which in most states, most people would consider that, well, not even really most states. Every state really would consider something like that as a crime anyway. Okay. So just out of curiosity, Cody, what state do you live in?
I'm in Louisiana.
You live in Louisiana?
I sure do.
Okay.
All my home state, been home and raised, born and raised, man.
All right. So tell me a little bit about Louisiana. How are you liking it?
Well, I love it. Don't get me wrong, it's my home state and all. But there's some parts of Louisiana that's just utterly trash and like fucked up, if you catch my drift.
All right, so
what I don't really like the most is the New Orleans area is fucking voodoo central.
Okay, I can understand how you feel about that. So, so here's the reason why I'm asking you about this. These hypothetical scenarios that I have presented you, they're not exactly hypothetical. They are real situations that happened. And these real situations, as Rev has described, is what you would consider child grooming, the thing that you don't know about anything about. So this is the thing. This is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you, Cody. Have you been having any conversations with minors as of late?
Yes, but hear me out. I don't talk sexual to them or nothing because that's just fucked up right there in itself.
Okay, so what kind of conversations did you have with a minor?
I talk to them normally. I say, hey, what's up? How's it going? How's your day? Shit like that.
Okay, any other conversations?
Don't lie. Fucking lie.
I'm trying to remember here. Like, we'll start talking about video games and shit too, like me and Coco do.
Okay, so I can see like that kind of talking being okay. Like adults and kids talk about video games and school and college stuff all the time. It's a
Yes,
perfectly normal
talk about that
conversation to
stuff
have.
too. School and college.
Yeah.
Which honestly,
So-
myself, I never went to college. I couldn't really afford to go to college.
Most people can't, and unless you know what you're doing, college is kind of a waste of fucking time anyway. But that's besides the point.
Plus, you just relearn the shit you've learned in normal school. So what the fuck is the point with that too?
Well, most people know what grooming is by the age of 13 or 14, but I mean, that typically doesn't happen with so many people. Sometimes the horse finishes the race last. So again, now I'm going to go back to this other conversation. What other conversations have you had with any kind of children in your server?
Like how they've been doing in school, shit like that, and if they plan on going to college.
What about asking a child to wait for them until they turn 18? Anything like that ring a bell?
I do remember asking Coco about when she turns like 18 or so, but that's the only thing I've done.
All right, so can I ask the obvious question here that Rev pretty much knows what I'm about to ask? All right, why would you be having this conversation with?
To be honest, I don't really know my damn self. It's
Is
just
there
something that happened, It's just something that freaking happened.
Okay, but how did it happen, though? How did it get to that point in the conversation?
Talk about exes and shit like that and breakups and stuff.
Okay. So y'all two are having. So you and this individual, and I would appreciate it if the individual's name not be spoken. So if you and this individual had this conversation, and suddenly the conversation went from, can you, if you become 18, then would there possibly be a chance to date? Why would that conversation transpire in the first place?
Like, why would you even have that thought?
Like I said before, I had no damn clue. Like, it just fucking happened.
I think that's an appropriate thing to say to a 15-year-old.
That shit doesn't even just come out of someone's fucking mouth. It shouldn't. It's inappropriate. I've told you that, Cody.
You with me, Cody? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out what the fuck Rev was just trying to say.
All right, Rev asked if this conversation is appropriate to have with a 15-year-old girl, or boy for that matter.
You know what? No, not that. Now that I think of it, I don't think it would be.
Right. Oh my fucking God.
Just out of, how old are you, Cody?
25, gonna be 26 in September.
Right? So you just freshly turned 25. Cody, do you know why I asked you about where you live?
I can kind of get a clue, but fill me in.
Okay. Indecent behavior with juveniles is the commission of any of the following acts with intention of arousing or gratifying the sexual desires of either person. Any lewd or lascivious act upon the person or in the presence of any child under the age of 17, where there is an age difference of greater than 2 years between the two persons. Lack of knowledge of the child's age shall not be a defense, or the transmission, delivery, or utterance of any textual, visual, written, or oral communication depicting lewd or lascivious conduct, text, words, or images to any person reasonably believed to be under the age of 17 and reasonably believed to be at least 2 years younger than the offender. It shall not be a defense that the person who actually receives the transmission is not under the age of 17. For purposes of this section, textual, written, visual, or oral communication means any communication of any kind, whether electronic or otherwise, made through the use of a United States mail, any private carrier, personal carrier, computer online service, internet service, local bulletin board, internet chat room, electronic mail, online messaging service, or personal delivery of content. Now, the stuff that I just read here to you is indecent behavior with juveniles, which is what we would classify as child grooming. So this is why I wanted to look up the laws that revolve around your state. So I'm going to go ahead and read this to you. Whoever commits the crime of indecent behavior with juveniles on a victim under the age of 13 when the offender is 17 years of age or older shall be punished by imprisonment at hard labor for no less than 2 or more than 25 years. At least 2 years of the sentence imposed shall be served without benefit of parole, probation, or suspension of sentence. Now, the important thing to point out here is that it says here the age of 13, and then obviously the offender is 17 years of age or older. The issue that we are faced with here is that the individual is 15 years old and the offender is 25. Rev, what would you classify that as?
Child grooming.
Child grooming. Okay. So now I'm going to turn to you once again, Cody. Do you believe that you can be reformed, or do you believe that you can be stoned?
I believe I could be stoned, but hear me out on this one. I never talked sexually or in any type of manner like that to Coco. Well, I'm sorry, the individual.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. By the way,
yeah, I had
sexual. Well, it's fine. Well, what I just stated here is that there didn't need to be a sexual or lascivious conversation to take place. There were other things that were proposed on this law that I just read to you as well, which, as Rev pointed out, would be considered child grooming.
Grooming a child to date.
Yes. So sexual conversations do not.
I didn't realize that. That's my bad on that part.
Right. So sexual conversations don't need to take place with that. However, to gauge a child to save their pureness until they're 18 by an adult would actually be considered child grooming, because that would mean that you would have the promise of doing adult things together when the child is an adult. So to groom that child into having those thoughts or harboring them, well, I mean, it speaks for itself. That would be child grooming.
Okay, then. See, I'm starting to get more of an understanding on this now. Thank you for clarifying all this for me.
You knew what the fuck you were doing, you dumb fuck.
Hear me out. I have trouble processing stuff a lot. And it takes me like a minute or two to kind of, for it to fucking hit in my mind, you know, like, and realize what the fuck's going on.
So do you think you not knowing that law is a justification for why you get to violate that law?
What did he say?
Repeat the question again, Rev.
He's speaking really low for me on my end, and I got my volume all the way up.
Do you believe that your lack of knowledge of this law means that you get to violate said law without punishment?
Oh no, definitely not.
Okay.
All right. You know what? He might be the first. He might be the first to be saying this stuff. Okay. So gives me a little bit of hope for humanity. Okay.
Well, thanks.
So
I
if you
appreciate that.
well, of course. So all right. So now we're going to go to the other things that while you do agree with that, I'm happy to hear that. Now we're going to face some contradictions. So now we're going to jump back. Now we're going to jump back to Sora, because now that we have this logic, now we're going to tackle this with Sora. So you do not value their friendship, right?
Not anymore, no.
Not anymore. Now that you've had this explained.
Yes.
Okay. So what should happen to Mari since he has these pictures that he dropped in front of minors?
Honestly, he should be fucking stoned.
Okay. All right. So that's pretty open and shut. There is another issue that I have with this, and Rev, you can probably help me out with like closing this, because in all honesty, I really don't know how to. So here's the issue. If you believe in these things, if you do believe that these laws are tactful, if you do believe that, obviously the individual in question has been groomed, by your hands, I do have another serious question that I have to ask. If you believe these things, this is a big one, okay? There is a 17-year-old girl that is in your server right now as we speak. Are you aware that she's been dating a 20-year-old or older person?
No, I am not.
Okay, well, the reason why I find great difficulty in believing what you're saying when it comes to that is because it is written on her profile that she is dating someone in her 20s.
So she must have
17.
received the server invite, and you must have been able to at least see the bio.
Yes.
Okay, I'm looking at her bio right now. I'm just now noticing what it's saying.
Okay. All right, interesting. So now I have another question to ask. If you are now noticing what it's saying, then why did you feel the need to tell the 17-year-old that the individual in question that she has a crush on is 15? Because technically, well, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead first. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, here's the thing. Obviously, all right. Right. The elephant in the room is the 25-year-old telling the 15-year-old to wait until they're 18 to start dating them. But the main issue is no such thing should take place when it comes to a 17-year-old wanting to date a 15-year-old, which that makes perfect sense. So why would you feel the need to tell the 17-year-old that the 15-year-old is in fact 15? What's wrong with that?
Honestly, that was just the force of habit.
It was a. What
But
do you
why
mean?
do you feel the need?
What do you mean it was a force of habit? Has this happened more than once?
Yeah, with other people though, like someone like a little bit older than me.
So this hasn't happened with other minors before?
No.
Okay. Just this once, though.
Yeah, just this once.
Right. One time too many, Cody.
Understandable.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party.
So do you not see any issues with this?
With what I said, yes. With what he had said, not really.
So, if the minor had agreed to this agreement that you had set out in front of her, and we hadn't stepped in, where do you think you would be right now?
Mine's being fucking jail or worse.
But you understand this is still a crime. This is still criminal activity.
Yes, I do. At least I do now.
Okay. So where do we go from here, Cody?
Starters. Oh, what the fuck was I gonna say? Damn train of thought. I fucking hate this shit.
Pull a fucking Damien, why don't you?
Pretty convenient.
Fuck. My train of thought. I'm sorry. What was I gonna say? Oh. For starters, I should apologize to the 15-year-old for what I said.
Well, a little more should happen than I think, actually.
Well, other than that,
Well, guys, I think.
Would you be willing
at this
to?
point,
Okay,
I
so
made my point.
would you be willing to report yourself to the authorities for what you did?
well, yeah.
You really would.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rev, I gotta get dollies and stuff. You go ahead and take over. I think you already know what to do, don't you?
Well, I mean, do you know what's going to happen when you call the police and you tell them this?
There you go, guys. Cody the Darkhog's confession. Even though it was full of excuses, it's still a confession nonetheless. With that, we are going to conclude this episode and go ahead and I gotta go to bed. I gotta rethink everything and I gotta process all this. So I will definitely see y'all in the next video.
Stars. I think about nothing, get to clear my thoughts from all the thunder and lightning, so I feel a spark. Sometimes I get higher than the Colorado Rockies, hoping that the county sheriff don't stop me. Like Charlie Daniels said, you shouldn't smoke at dough, but damn it, I can't help, I love Rolling Stone. With the windows rolled down and the radio up, sweet tea full in my solo cup, listening to the humming of the 44, sounding like a concert. I'm a beat up door, arm hanging out the window, smiling away, smoking on some ground where the cattle graze. Charlie Daniels said you shouldn't go smoke